confidence. If you struggle with making decisions due to lack of confidence, I recommend that you dive a little bit deeper, maybe do some shadow work to figure out why you are not connected to your emotions, because there's an emotional issue there. So it probably has to do with, I don't know, maybe you have suppressed, somebody has suppressed your emotions for so long in your childhood to where you don't feel confident enough to make the decisions. Somebody may have shut you down a lot when you were younger, and you need to do a little bit more work. But if you struggle with making decisions just because you're a type of person that can see every aspect of it, you can see the pros and the cons maybe, and for some reason they're just completely equal, so now you gotta make that final decision. This is for people who are in that type of situation, not if you struggle with making decisions due to lack of confidence. If you've started something and you're trying to figure out how to not give up on it, but you're completely stuck and you're feeling like this is literally not in alignment to where I'm supposed to be in my life, I recommend that you ask yourself one question for 4 different categories: mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional. And always start with the mental, and everything else is in no particular order except for the mental, because everything starts with thought, and thought is formed in your mind. So you have to be 100%, you have to be 100% committed mentally. If you are even at a 99%, don't do it, because if your thoughts are starting in your mind, that means our minds are always on go. Yes, there is a way to shut it off or maintain it a bit through meditation, but otherwise our mind is constantly going. That is literally just life, right? So you need to be 100% committed to what you're doing mentally, right? And the next, physically, are you physically capable of doing this? Are you physically capable of adding something else on, or is this going to drain you even more? Is it going to interfere with your sleep schedule? Is it going to interfere with your eating schedule? You have to figure that out for yourself. If you're at a 75%, okay, that's fine. Let's see. Even if you're at a 50%, let's monitor the other categories, right? Because we're already at 100% mentally, and maybe we're at 50% physically. Okay, so spiritually, does this, think about where you are coming from and where you're going. Spiritually, does this match up with where I know where I'm coming from, and you should know where you want to go? Does this match up to where I'm heading to? I'm leaving from this, right? So that means I should be elevating, right, to where I'm going. Am I elevating, or am I just moving on to something else? If you're elevating and it's in alignment with where you're going, with where you want to be, then okay, at what percentage, what level of percentage are you in that category? Are you at 80%, 85%? Okay, it's in alignment with where I'm going, but I didn't expect to take that path. It's in alignment with where I'm going, but I got a lot more steps to go. So maybe I'm at 85%. Okay, that's fine. We mentally at 100%, 50% physically, we at 85% spiritually, because it's in alignment with where we're going. We just don't know the rest of the steps to take to get there. Finally, emotionally, and actually maybe it's good to rate the emotions last, because if you start with your emotions and you're on your period, or the moon, if there's a full moon, or you know what I'm saying, or you just had a bad day at work, or you just got into an accident, or there was something that happened that went wrong emotionally, you may be drained. Emotionally, you might feel some type of way. So maybe it is good to leave emotions for last. But how do you feel? Do you feel confident? Even if you don't know the next steps to take, do you still feel confident in achieving the goal? Do you feel motivated? Yes, you started off motivated, and then in the middle things kind of slowed down, and then you started feeling drained because you had all these hiccups. But do you still feel motivated to achieving that goal that you set out for yourself? Okay, do you feel like nothing can stop you no matter what? No matter what, you 50% there physically, but that ain't gonna stop you. Somewhere along the way, you're gonna have enough motivation that's gonna pick you up to where you can physically continue. Okay, so emotionally, maybe you're at let's say maybe emotionally you're at a 75%. So mentally, we 100% there. We already know we 100%. Um, Spiritually, we're at what do we say, 85%. Physically, we're at a 50%. Emotionally, we're kind of there, we're kind of not there. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally, we at 75%. I say that is the makings of making a great decision. I would say for me, I'm moving forward. You know what I'm saying? If one of those categories was just a little bit lower, I would probably have to halt it and regroup. I wouldn't say quit, but regroup. Sometimes you do have to quit. Sometimes you do have to just let it go or pass that idea along to somebody else. Maybe it wasn't meant for you. Maybe it was just a good idea to be shared with somebody else. We have to remember that we're not just here for ourselves. We do have to prioritize ourselves first, but we're here to share and to love and to serve other people. But weigh those numbers, see where you're at. You're either going to make a decision to say yes, you're going to make a decision to say no. Anything in between, you either need to regroup or give it to somebody else. But I really hope that helps. That's something that I do. I call it the 4-star rating system. Yes, I'm super cheesy and I love any kind of like